One day Jesus told his disciples a story about a businessman who, before going away, entrusted his money to 3 people, expecting them to make wise investments. Each person had been given different sums of money, and on his return the businessman was able to praise 2 of the people for their investment, while the 3rd person, who had been given the least amount of money and who failed to make any return, received a stern rebuke from the businessman. This person didn't have the same confidence as the others, and in telling his disciples about the story, Jesus was recognizing perhaps the tendency of ordinary people to discount their worth. They feel perhaps that because they cannot do great things, they are strongly tempted to excuse themselves from doing anything. The idea seeps in that because I can't be the lead singer, why bother to add my small voice to the chorus? However, this is not the kind of thinking that Jesus wants from his followers. The story told of a miser who melted his gold valuables into a single lump and buried it secretly in a field, where he would go at night, dig it up, and spend hours gloating over it. However, his workman realized what was happening, and he went along and stole the gold. The miser, of course, was inconsolable. His friend said, "You won't be worse off than before, because even when you had the gold, what use did you make of it?" We all bury some talent, some gift or part of ourselves that we won't use or develop. One such gift is our faith, a tradition and way of life handed on to us. In preserving our spiritual legacy of the faith, all of us have something to offer, so that the person who uses his small gifts faithfully is placed on a par with the person who is more gifted. In the Gospels, Jesus is full of praise for what we might call obscure service, deeds performed out of the limelight. He spoke about giving a drink of water in his name. Visiting the sick is not going to make headlines in the papers, but such acts of charity count greatly in the eyes of God. If we are faithful in performing good works in this life, then we can hope that as we pass through the gateway of death, we will hear the words, "Come and join in your Master's happiness."